where you stand with the Karen Read trial, this is history. Yeah, this trial is nothing like the last one, and it may change the way we view everything in our world. If you've been living under a rock, I'm going to give you a little refresher, and then we'll get into this new case. So if you want to skip ahead, I will give you the times up here. But I'm going to make this short and simple. Karen Read is accused of unaliving her police officer boyfriend, John O'Keefe, one very drunken night in the snow, in front of a house that had a party going on with a bunch of other police officers and people affiliated with the police. Now, she is accused of backing her SUV into him and unaliving him, leaving him in the snow, and they found him the next morning. Now, that's how all this case started, but how it ended up is a lot of police corruption and a string of just allegation after allegation, and it got really messy. Now, the first trial, the jury was undecided, and so now she's going in for a second trial, and the jury just went in for deliberation. So we are going to have hopefully some kind of decision here within the next few days. But let's talk about the last trial. So back in 2003, 2004, people really weren't picking up the case. People really weren't talking about it. But there was text that came out. There was things going on behind the scenes. But fast forward to this year, June 2025, I can't go anywhere without seeing Karen Read's trial, Team Karen Read or Team John O'Keefe. It's like this whole big split in society, it feels like. There are people on this app way better than I am at this, literally going through every day in court, decoding and figuring out and airing and talking about every day in this trial. And it's no longer did Karen do it, it's how deep the cover-up goes. Things have switched dramatically. Now, whichever side you are on, people do believe that there's still police corruption. Like me. I'm not sure which side I am on. I was her guilty. I still am swaying towards that side, but there's just a lot of confusion. But either way, either one that you're on, there is police corruption. There's no doubt about that. It's just a matter of how deep this goes and what we can do about it. And in this trial, the defense is on fire. I mean, key witnesses are crumbling under the pressure. There is a lot more evidence. There's a lot more witnesses just being brought up. There is a lot. We saw in this trial it go from a hit and run to evidence of not even being a hit and run, which is definitely like mind-boggling. I think this case has turned into something so much bigger than just a case of did she do it or did she not do it, and it just turned into like us against power and corruption and police cover-up, not only where this happened but everywhere. Back when this first trial happened, there really wasn't any of that. There wasn't the conspiracy and the police cover-up and the corruption that we saw in this trial. This one really brings it to light. This case is something that is definitely a true crime history case. And a history case in general, like, there's not going to be anything else like this ever. It's like the O.J. Simpson trial. There's just not ever going to be anything like this, hopefully, ever again. So a lot of people are asking, what happens now? We are just in the waiting period right now, but if she gets acquitted, there is going to be a huge investigation into the police department and hopefully a huge investigation into the cover-up and the corruption, and there's going to be a lot more brought to light. It's going to be jarring. If she gets found guilty, I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that are always going to believe that she's innocent and still be on her side. And then I guess there's another potential for a mistrial, and at that point, I don't know where we go. I feel like this has already changed our view of law enforcement so much. I feel like my opinion has changed just in the last few months. Like, I'm starting to sway. I'm starting to see that the evidence isn't matching as much as I thought it was, and I definitely think that this is opening people's eyes that there's a big gray area in true crime. It's not black and white. There is a gray area. And I feel like this case lies in that gray area. We may never know truly what happened that night. But I do want to say, I do want justice for John. And if that means that she didn't do it, we need to find out like what happened and get justice for him either way. He is the victim here. And if she gets acquitted, we need to figure out what really happened here and go from there. I think with this case, it's not being victim focused anymore. It's being focused on Karen Read. And yes, like she may be a victim of being blamed when she didn't do it, but John O'Keefe lost his life, and we need to figure out how that happened, whether it was an accident, whether it was her, whether it was someone else. We need to figure out what happened and bring him the justice that he deserves. I don't know, this is a controversial one, so please drop your comments below. Please be respectful, but drop your comments below on the whole case and the trial, and we'll see where it goes from here. And please follow me because I post true crime content daily.